welcome back. We're doing something new real quick for the Saturday Hoop podcast. We still here. You know, we got Jay Waltz, we got Clutch, and we got my boy Gibbs in the building. So we here at CLUTCHCUTS, and y'all probably seen episode 1 with Clutch already. And we wanted to do something different and you know, have one of his barbers and mentees speak up and tell their story. You know, we always trying to get the people, you know, to come out here and inspire each other, and we can learn lessons from each other. You know what I'm saying? So welcome back, y'all, gentlemen. Appreciate y'all time again. Gibbs, introduce yourself. Tell us, you know, what you got going on here and how you came up to.
Well, nice to meet you, Gibbs. My fault. My name is Wolf. I saw him introduced and I was walking over. My fault. Wolf.
It's good.
So tell us, you know, how you end up here in the spot with Clutch.
Man, that's a good story. So I got to start back to how I met him. So when I met him, he was working at this shop called Unisex right down the road. Right. And I was going to a barber named what was his name? I can't remember his name right now. Not Daryl. Dwight. I was going to Dwight at the time. And I would see him come in. He had the chair right by the door. And he was quiet. He ain't say nothing, but he got busy. You know what I'm saying? Every time I seen him when I went in the barbershop, he always had somebody in the chair. And if somebody went in the chair, he was outside. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Pulling them in and stuff like that.
Right.
And then before I know it, probably about a month or so later, I ended up getting attached to the mute.
Yeah.
And I ended up running into him. And I needed a haircut one day, and I'm like, yo, don't you work at Unisex? And he was like, yeah. And I was like, all right. So we ended up getting cool. We went on deployment. Before the deployment, we started doing workups and stuff. So
you was in the military too. Sorry to cut you off. Okay.
Yeah, I did 12 years in the Marine Corps. I just got medical retired last year.
Okay. Congratulations and thank you for your service, my brother.
That's right. Appreciate it. So we'd be in the barbershop just shooting the shit and stuff. I mean, excuse my language. Chilling and stuff. And one day I was just like, hey man, I always wanted to know what I'm saying, learn how to cut hair. I used to cut my partner's hair in the bathroom in high school back in the day.
Right.
Nothing crazy, just all even the lineup. I ain't do all this fade and stuff.
Right.
In high school?
Mm-hmm. In high school. And so I ended up joining the Marine Corps right after high school. The whole barbering thing went to the wayside until I met him.
Right.
And then I asked him, and then he thought I was playing at first. And he like, man, I ain't gonna waste my time. And I was like, bro, I'm dead serious. Like, I really want to learn.
That's because so many people ask, you know what I'm saying? Oh, you do this, or what can I do this? And they don't follow up, or they don't show that they want it. You know what I'm saying? They
and that's your time. That's your time that you're giving them right there. So that's respect.
Can't get that back.
Right.
So how it began was when I finally was there to convince him. He was like, all right, take these clippers. So he gave me a pair of trimmers and something to fade with. And just like how you see him right there, that was my chair, and this is him. And he said, just do what I do. So that's what I did. I've always been good at like mirroring stuff. You know what I'm saying? I mimic stuff real good. So I would just do what he do. And then as I'm going, he'll come over there, hey, do this right here, or you can do this better, this and that. And then after a while, people started seeing that I was really serious about it, and they started volunteering to let me cut their hair. And before I knew it, he was cutting me.
We was already on ship at this point.
Can I ask you a question? Why did you listen to him, like, to his tutelage, and it wasn't somebody else in the shop or somebody else who cut it?
No, we on deployment.
Yeah, we was on deployment.
Okay.
Yeah, we in the middle of the ocean.
So he was your only choice. Nah, I'm playing. But like I guess.
But why did you listen to him? Because you could have YouTube University is a thing.
Yeah.
Right. Why did you listen to his tutelage and listen to his advice? What was different about him?
Well, you could look on the internet and anybody can put a facade up. Are they really doing it? You know what I'm saying? I saw him actually walking his truth. I could see physically, I could touch him physically if I need to, you know what I'm saying? YouTube, I can't sit here and say, hey man, I don't understand this, can you break this down Barton style, you feel me?
That's right.
And then on top of that, by the time we got on that deployment, me and him had a bond already, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Found out we both was in Okie and just some more stuff. And then our relationship just grew.
Right.
So as we're on the ship, he's teaching me, he's pouring into me. But the biggest thing he's always like stressing is service. Hey, don't worry about how many people you get, but just worry about the person that's sitting in your chair and what you can pour into them.
That's right, sir.
And fast forward real quick, my whole basis of my brand and my career is tailored behind service.
Yes, sir.
Like, I even created my own little category. So you got the master barber and barber. Well, I'm a master barber, but I'm also a master of servitude.
Okay.
Oh, come on. Hold on.
Amen.
Hold on.
Amen.
He's doing too much. Oh man.
That's my thing. Like my theme is royalty.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? I went out and bought a crown, a real crown, and when I blaze somebody's hair up, I put that crown in the end and I show in the mirror. And the slogan is, put a crown on his head and show in the mirror, showing the royalty within. Yep. You know what I'm saying? Because you look around, you go outside now, you look around, everybody's, you know what I'm saying, walking with their head down. You know what I'm saying? Everybody look depressed.
Yes, sir.
Hey, King, you a human. Smile. You still alive. You got something, you know what I'm saying? You got something to be happy about. Don't let, you know what I'm saying, your everyday stresses, you know what I'm saying, win.
Yes, sir.
Because what people don't understand is, you feel me, what you manifest in your mind is what you manifest into your reality.
Yes, sir.
So if you let that fear and all that pain consume you,
and that's what you become.
Sure. So fast forward, we come back from deployment. He graduated school before we went to deployment, so he already got his license and everything.
Right.
He went to Bellis Academy. So guess where I'm gonna go? School. I'm dog in that. You know what I'm saying? That got him where he's at. Let me follow those same footsteps so I can bring it up home.
Yes, sir.
So I went to Bellis Academy for 3 months. Literally, COVID kicked off. We started going online. I don't do good online. Right. You know what I'm saying? That ADHD kick in. You know what I'm saying? I get bored.
Same thing here.
So I ended up getting orders to DI school on Paris Island. So I ended up dropping out of school. I went to DI school over there. I ended up getting injured. So I ended up getting dropped and I ended up going to Camp Lejeune.
Right.
While I was over there, I still kept cutting hair. I kept cutting hair while I was in barber school. I'm not barber school, but DI school. I kept hair when I was.
Clippers everywhere you go.
Everywhere I go. That's one thing he told me. He said, it don't matter where you go. If you're going somewhere, even if you're going up the street, take clippers with you. You know what I'm saying? That was the hustle, you know what I'm saying, he taught me. So I took that everywhere I went. And then when I got to North Carolina, I ended up building a house and I ended up building a barbershop inside my house. Just to keep, and that's when I started, when I did that, that's when I started building myself. That's when I became Phyness Styles. Okay, and then when I got out the military, I decided to go back to school. And when I went back to school, that's when I found out what I was in this industry.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying? I'm a fly, bad motherfucker, you feel me?
Yeah.
Come on.
I'm nice with these clippers.
Lay that down carefully.
You know what I'm saying? I'm nice with these clippers, you know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
And I'm outspoken. And it was just beautiful because I remember walking inside this shop and it didn't look nothing like this.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like you said earlier, it was just bare walls.
Yeah.
And we would just sit here on the little chairs and just ponder. And I remember him saying, all right, I know with the wall color, we're going to change it to gray and put some blue over here.
You say you were outspoken. Was there a time you were shy?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it was the time I was shy.
And in the building of your house, was that the time that you rebuilt yourself, and was the shyness something that you took away, or had that been gone long ago?
Nah, so I'm going to tell you what broke me to shyness out. When I got close to me getting out of the military, life went crazy.
Come on.
You know what I'm saying? The stresses of life.
My wife
and it got to the point where I was just like, yo, I'm ready to check out. And I actually tried to check out.
Yeah.
But it didn't work. And when it didn't work, I ain't never cried so hard in my life. You know what I'm saying? Because I was like, yo, I really almost did that. I don't really want to do that. So then that's when I decided, I was like, you know what? I'm tired of trying to do things my way. Hey, Lord, take the wheel.
Come on.
And then I thought, we
could do more with our surrender, right?
Yep.
And then we could do it
now
out
look,
control.
This is the funny part, because I thought everything was going to get sweet after that. Nah, it got even harder.
Right.
So it wasn't until I got to school and just the little flavor I learned from being in Cali, you know what I'm saying? In Cali, you know what I'm saying, you got to dress and impress to go places, you know what I'm saying? And then with me being an old soul, you know what I'm saying, I love the 70s.
Right.
With them boys dressed in the 70s, you know, the Ozzy Brothers.
Right.
You see how I got my, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? That's my thing. So just me putting that together and being so young, it kind of went in. So that kind of gave me some. And then when I got into school and we finally got on the floor till we started cutting hair, and I did my first haircut, and people realized I ain't new to this. That's when I started finding myself. Because then it took me back to the ship.
Yes, sir.
When I was sitting next to him, you know what I'm saying?
Yup.
And then I remember everything he was telling me and everything he was showing me and everything he was teaching me, word for word, and I was just applying it. But then I started finding people to pour into myself.
Damn.
And when I started doing that,
yes, sir,
the more I poured into somebody else, the more I started finding out who I am.
Yes, sir.
And that's how it came to be.
Yes, sir.
That's a word.
That is full circle. Like
Yeah.
the more that you give out, your plate is gonna fill up.
Yeah.
You said it before, and you reap what you sow. What you give in is like what you get. You reap what you sow. It's a matter of time.
Yep.
Nah, that's fantastic. So you was building your crib, and you built the barbershop in there, and then how'd you make it back out here? What made you decide to come back out here?
So right now, we just opened up a barbershop. Me and my one of my partners that I went to school with. Him and his brother ended up buying this shop from one of the schools, one of the teachers at school.
Yep.
And my partner, he seen what I did, seen how, you know what I'm saying, with my clients, see my style, see my craft and how passionate about it, and he told his brother about me.
Yep.
So I came in, talked to him, showed him my work, and then they offered me a job, and I took it. Now this is the funny thing about that. Remember, he just said something about full circle, right? So June 2020 is when this shop opened, right?
Yep.
June 2023 is when my shop opened this year.
Yeah.
Well, the shop that I work at.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Man Spa. You know what I'm saying? It's out there in Winter Park. And it's a whole different dynamic. It's bringing the whole spa concept and the barber world together. Because, you know, most men, when they go to the spa, they think it's something feminine. You know what I'm saying? Oh, I ain't doing all that stuff. But they don't understand the health benefits of getting a facial. The health benefits of chromotherapy, salt therapy, the different things that light can do to your skin. And then on top of that, I got my own little thing I created called the King's Touch. The King's Touch is a relaxation service in its own.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I'm the king of crowns.
Yes, sir.
Your head is your crown.
Indeed.
You know what I'm saying? Give you a little history on being a barber. I learned this in school. Back in Egyptian times, barbers were considered high priestesses. They was considered doctors, healers. So they was in the royal family. You know what I'm saying? And then as time went on, we became surgeons because we had so many different, you know what I'm saying, billets or job titles, and everybody don't know about it because it's not talked about. Everybody's thinking we just do this right here, this right here.
Right.
I'm a healer.
Right.
You sit in my chair with feeling depressed, you're gonna leave happy.
Yes, sir.
If you come in my chair and you see and you're happy, you're gonna leave even more happy.
You walk out confident,
you know what I'm saying?
Feeling good about yourself.
Yeah.
And you know what's crazy? So I'm gonna shout out another person because I love them as a like we all have our the people that we look at on social media, right?
Right.
Like I go back to his story a lot is the door-to-door salesman.
I know what you're talking about.
Yes. His true story like is unique. You know what I'm saying? He took everything, like he didn't have nothing. And he jumped on like somebody offered him a job, he jumped on the bus and just started selling this product, right? But he sells personality.
Yes.
Yep.
He sells personality, right? So he was on the road doing this. He knocked on a woman's door, and when he knocked on her door, he could see the sadness in her face. But it didn't stop him from telling his jokes and how he sells his product. And as the woman offered him to come into her place, he saw the place was a mess, like jacked up bad. So, but he's still selling the product, telling his jokes and stuff like that as he sells the product, right, and making her laugh, right. So then, but then he noticed a gun on the table.
No way.
Right. After he sold the product, she stopped him. She was like, man, I gotta be honest with you. Like, if you didn't knock on that door and I didn't open it, and you didn't like open up my spirit, I was about to end my life. Like that gun was next to my head. Right.
You never know, man. You never know, Sonder.
So like, what you do in this world, like you as a person and the light that you give out, you don't know how it touches people. That's why I always, when I was in Okinawa, I used to hate, you know what I'm saying, being in the military, you gotta get a proper ingredient all the time, whether you want to or not.
Right.
And I used to hate that shit. Not because I didn't want to say good morning, but like, well, if you don't give it back to me, what was the point of me saying it?
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And that shit used to bother me. So, and then, you know, like, you gonna, like, when you're Okie, you 1,000 miles from home, you get depressed, you get, you know what I'm saying, you don't feel like going to work. A lot of stuff comes with it, you know what I'm saying? So I was in that mode, and I hated doing that shit, and I'm like, I almost felt disrespected because I didn't take the time on my day to say something to you, but you ain't gonna say nothing back to me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And I was a little knucklehead at the time, so I was like, you know what I'm saying? I felt disrespected, you know?
Mm-hmm.
But then when I snapped out of that, I start asking people, hey, how you doing?
Yeah.
It's still the proper greeting, but I'm actually giving a fuck. I'm asking you, how you doing? You know what I'm saying? Because it's not always a good morning for somebody.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So.
Yeah. Nah, that's facts.
It's a word.
Nah, appreciate you dropping that gem too.
Yeah, 100%.
So, Gib, you tell us, bro, you coming up, right, and then now you sitting here with one of your mentors. How important was it for you?
You finally get to cut my hair, by the way.
How important was it for you, or how important do you think it is for an individual coming up in any game to have a mentor? Like bro just said, you could have easily went to YouTube University, right?
Or one of the other barbers that was on the ship. It was another one.
Right.
On there.
Or you could have waited till you came back from deployment, and you know what I'm saying. But you went to a man, and now, you know, every master, kung fu master, wants his protege to be better than him, right? Mm-hmm. And now I know from bro, because I know bro for a couple of years now personally, Clutch, and you know his thing has always been service, and that's what I get from him. And now to see that one of his proteges is like you taking it to the next level with the service and the crown. So how important do you think it is for a young man, woman, whoever in any type of business, any field, to have a mentor?
It's very important. It's almost crucial because you need that physical being. You know what I'm saying? You need that physical interaction, and at the same time, you need somebody that's gonna check you. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. I can't tell you how many times this man knowing, hey man, that ain't right. Hey, why delete that?
Yeah,
delete. Yeah. You done way better than delete. You know what I'm saying? Oh, he'll call me. Hey, where you at right now? Look, and he be doing. Matt, he don't call me while he was doing your head to show me something that I did on something I posted. Like, hey, you know what I'm saying? That's some mentorship for your ass. You know what I'm saying?
That's what it's about.
Like literally, prime example. Just a week before I flew out here, I flew out here on a whim. So a week before I flew out here, I called him. I'm like, man, look, man, I can't figure it out. Like when I was out there, you know what I'm saying? When me and you was together, it was boom, 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 boom. And cause I'm at ground one again. You know what I'm saying? And I remember everything.
That's a beautiful place sometimes.
You know what I'm saying? And I love it.
It's a beautiful place.
You know what I'm saying? Being at ground one, cause now I get to relive the memories again.
That's right.
But instead of me being in the, you know what I'm saying?
You know what to
in
do.
the side chair, you know what I'm saying? I'm in the chair driving.
Come on.
You know what I'm saying? And I'm applying everything he taught me. And I called him like, man, look, man, I don't know what I'm doing wrong. And you know what I'm saying? He's doing a mobile cut at 5 o'clock in the morning.
That's
the time I call him at 5 o'clock in the morning. Hey, bro, I didn't even holler at you right quick. And he's, man, look, I'm about to do a cut right now. What better time to do this? And he wakes me up. And next thing you know, I'm like, hey, I'm about to fly out there. I need a, He's like, all right. And then I came here. With $11 in my pocket. Because I couldn't figure out and get the headspace I needed back at home. So I had to come home to where I started at to get rerouted and get back to that barracks hustle.
Yes, sir.
That's right.
So now when I go back,
that's right.
I got everything I need.
That's right.
You know what I mean? Sometimes you need that reminder.
Bro.
And that's the importance of a mentor, right there and there. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir. I respect that. Man. What do you think, other than your mentor and the things you want, what do you think keeps you in your low moments? What do you think keeps pushing you forward?
Ooh, it's a lot.
Yeah.
But if I had to narrow it down, it's a couple of things. One, my family, my kids. Two, the legend himself, Parker Meter. That's my uncle. So he big stylist back in the 70s, 80s, all that stuff. Like at one point, him and Paul Mitchell were friends and stuff like that before Paul Mitchell became this, you know what I'm saying, who he is now. You know what I'm saying, this big, great icon, you feel me? And
who?
Paul Mitchell.
Paul Mitchell?
Yeah.
The biggest name in
the hair industry.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm out the loop, my fault. Okay.
So So I used to always hear these amazing stories about the stuff my uncle did with his hair business and how, like, people just, to this day, my uncle is like in his 70s and there's still people, he's generation that he still does their hair, men and women. So when I became a barber and I learned how to get good at cutting hair, I remember my uncle talking to me. So I decided to take it to the next level. I said, you know what, I'm gonna learn how to do men and women hair.
Okay.
So when I was in school, I did the barbering program, but there was time and opportunities, you know what I'm saying, when we were on the floor, and I was able to ask the teachers, hey, can you teach me this? And then it got to the point where they just, hey, come on in here. And they started teaching me everything, and I caught on fast. I caught on real fast. Yeah. Majority of my clients in school were women. It got to that point where most of them were women. I didn't start getting back to this haircut stuff until I graduated.
Yeah.
And I'm still fire at it, you know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir. Yes,
but it's because I'm always seeking self-improvement. That's a big thing.
Yes, sir. You gotta,
you know what I'm saying?
So
I gotta keep myself accountable.
You said something about him being, y'all talking about him being a mentor, but if Gibson wasn't the student that's moldable and able to receive anything that Clutch was giving him, you feel what I'm saying? So and that's what you just went on right now.
Yes,
but
sir.
But putting those two pieces together, the mentor and then the student who wants to be the mentor one day too. You know what I'm saying? Very important.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's levels. Right?
Absolutely.
Right.
It's levels.
Absolutely.
To a why, right? Most people have family. Most people have, I don't want to quit. I don't want to be a failure. And you kind of just put those together, and your why becomes more meaningful when you have, you know what I'm saying, when you could put all those levels together. Like whether you're chasing yourself 5 years from now, Matthew McConaughey. I love it. If y'all never listened to that speech, his Grammy speech, listen to it. It inspires me all the time. Chasing yourself in the mirror, you know. But just,
do you think you knew what you was doing for him when you was doing what you was doing?
No, cause I tell people all the time, like I don't when I'm doing something, especially when it's out the kindness of your heart, you don't think about how impactful it is.
Right.
You really don't.
Right.
So,
he could be the next big.
You know what I'm saying? Like you don't think about people's
head, like you just.
One on top.
Yeah. All right. You don't think about what you're doing, how you're doing it. You just want to get it done, and this is the goal for yourself. So and right now, what I implement in people is that don't worry about the in between.
Right.
You want to do something, do it. That end result is the only thing, your only concern.
It's gonna hurt.
It's you gonna have bumps in the road. You gonna have struggles. You gonna have the hiccups. If you think about that stuff, then you're going to end up not doing it at all.
Don't get started.
Facts, bro.
You're going to end up not doing it. You're going to trick yourself out of doing it. So it's worry about that end goal and just complete it. That's it.
Yep. So Gibbs, what would you say, any parting words to young entrepreneurs coming up? What would you give them? Because you're not done with your journey.
It's just the beginning, baby.
It's just the beginning. You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
What advice right now would you give them that even you could look back on in another 10 years when you're in a different part of your journey? What advice would you give the young ones starting up right now?
Study the greats, but don't worry about what everybody else got going on. Focus on your dreams. Put a plan to it. Write it down. That's key. Write it down. Put a plan of attack. Put a plan of action to it and execute. When I say don't worry about what everybody else doing, don't try to compare yourself to what the next person got, because how they got it ain't gonna be the same way you get it.
Right.
And something I'm learning, because I'll be on YouTube or I'll be on Facebook and I'm looking at these pages that got all these followers and they doing all this, and I'm like, yo, that's trash. Way better than that. I'm just being real. I'm being real.
Trash.
I'm way better than that.
Yeah.
Sound like Shimi.
How is this getting all this, but this ain't getting no traction?
Exactly.
Right.
His hustle ain't my hustle. I don't know what hidden movement he did. All I see is what he put on the screen, which goes back to YouTube. Why I'd rather have a physical mentor than a virtual mentor, because at the end of the day, I can Photoshop, you know what I'm saying, and do all this editing and something, make it look one way.
Bunch of ads,
you know what I'm saying?
Whatever.
And also your path is your path.
Exactly.
God's got a different plan for you.
Absolutely.
You can have, it's somebody out there that could ball just like LeBron James. They not in the NBA.
Nope.
Yeah.
They not in the NBA
Two people
because
in particular I know that was.
you know what I'm saying? They both, but God's got a different plan for them. You know what I'm saying? I think once you accept that, that's where you'll find your true happiness and your true.
You just said
You know
something
what I'm
right there
saying?
for
Like,
real.
that's right.
You gotta accept your own fate. You gotta look yourself in the mirror, and it starts with accountability.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying? You gotta take accountability for the reason why your life is the way it is because of you, not nobody else.
That's right.
True accountability is when it's your fault and it's nobody else's fault.
That's
I
right.
can't point the blame because at the end
That's
of the
right.
day, when it goes in full rotation, it comes back to you because
That's right.
you allowed it to happen. You could have easily walked it away, or you could have easily accepted.
Shimi always said something. What he said? If you don't do it, who's
else
gonna do
do
it?
it?
If you
Who's gonna do
don't,
it for
and then
you?
the scary part about that is somebody will, but they not gonna do it the way that you would even do it. Now you living in their world,
Right.
complaining,
Right.
but you
Right.
could have did something.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right. And definitely in this day and age when social media has such a big impact. You know what I'm saying? Big influence. Like
Too much.
We into businesses that social media will send you skyrocket. So like you said, when you look at those views, I make music, podcasting, motivational speaking, cutting hair, like whatever you do, you post it on social media. There's a guy out there getting 100 million, 200 million views collectively, streams, whatever. And if you get caught up in those numbers and what he or she is doing, then it, you know what I'm saying, it's going to be
100%.
a
Because I'm a
constant.
barber. What made me think that because I got 100 views that I was gonna cut 100,000 people?
Right.
It don't work that way.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm
I'm
saying?
okay with the people in my area
Right.
looking at my stuff, and I can take care of them.
But
You know what I'm
you doing a bigger job than that guy that probably got 100 million views on his haircut video. He's probably not. You just look how you just branched off, and then he gonna branch
Service.
off. Look how you paying it forward,
Right.
and look how it's gonna affect a community at the end of the day.
Right.
Because you got a Clutch Cuts right here. Then he gonna have his shop, right?
Hold on.
He's a branch from Clutch,
Come on.
right? Then he gonna
Yeah.
train barbers within his 20, 30 years in the game, and those
Time out.
barbers are gonna change barbers, and this is how we build the culture, and this is how we
It's
have
something.
a,
It sounds like it's living.
you know what I'm saying?
Sound like something that's
It
alive.
is like,
Hold on.
because right now we're doing
Come
the
on,
Man
man.
Squad Clutch collaboration. That's what this whole weekend is.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Bro.
Me coming back, like, hey, look, you know what I'm saying? I'm continuing where we started. You know what I'm saying? I'm just taking it to the next level in my own direction.
Right.
And then at the same time, I'm coming back to soak up some more again, and then, you know what I'm saying? I'm introducing what I own created, and we're just bouncing back and forth off each other.
Can
Because
y'all-
iron sharpens iron. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's right. Can
Yeah.
y'all talk about like the collective? Because that's what you essentially talking about right there. How do you see that affecting y'all moving forward, using the synergy? How will you use that?
People have been watching us. People know our story. People know where we came from, where we began. People know who I am and who I was, and they see a totally difference in that in itself. And then they see how I left 3 years ago, and then he flies to Miami to cut my hair in Miami on my birthday, and then I'm calling him 5 o'clock in the morning. You know what I'm saying? And he's answering the phone because he's doing a haircut at 5 o'clock in the morning before he goes to work.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And then I fly out here, and now you got us both together in the same shop when we began at.
Come on.
That
You know
sounds
what
like
I'm
You
us.
talking about that circle again?
That full, you know what I'm saying? That full circle thing,
okay.
right?
Yeah.
And then we got stuff like this going on.
Right.
And then, now people be like, man, I remember y'all were just cutting in a little small little box
Yeah,
of berry.
right,
You by the
right.
sink,
Right.
and you over there by the bed,
Yup.
watching P-Valley. I'm talking about, man, we used to have the berries right around the building.
Yeah.
Man, we had got so much traction during COVID just for the house call game. Man, one of my partners hit me up. He was an instructor down there in
Matissa?
Nah, down there in the little base by 32nd.
I can't think.
Coronado?
Coronado.
Yeah, Coronado.
He was like an amphibious instructor or whatever. He hit me up. Hey man, I got 30 students that need haircuts.
Woo.
Who the first person I called? And I could have easily took them 30 by myself. I got you. Hung up. Bring, bruh. What you doing tomorrow? He like, what you mean? I said, bro, we got 30.
Push all your appointments to the right.
We got 30.
To the right.
So look, we link up, we game plan. I'm way down in San Diego when I get the call. He doing the barracks call. He in the barracks area. I hop on my bike, fly all the way to Pendleton. We cease operation. We game planning. We wake up what? 5, 6 in the morning. They get down there by 7. Be set up by 7:30 to start cutting by 8.
Come on.
We were down there from what? 8 to about what?
12:30.
12:30, 1 o'clock. Phone blowing up all day because it's a normal day for the birds. Hey, look, y'all gotta hold on. Finish up what we was doing down there. We just got them cutting like 15 heads a piece. Jumped on the 5, flew all the way up here to Pendleton just to cut to like 10 o'clock at night.
Come on.
Yeah.
And y'all do it again. And again and again and again.
And yo, when we was on ship, we'll cut hair from like 10 o'clock in the morning to 3 o'clock in the morning.
Come on.
And don't forget, I'm a cook.
And he'll cook, so he'll go there making some food to come back down. We still in there. Because on the ship, they got night shift.
Man, I used to have 4 hours of sleep sometimes. People used to pay me $100 to get out the rack.
Get out the rack. That ain't what you paying for your haircut. Just for me to get out the bed.
This is me to get out the rack.
Sound like got something.
Yo,
bro, this is
I got
amazing.
it. You know what I'm saying? You're on deployment. You got it. Ball out.
You know what I'm saying?
Nah, that's yo.
When you got the chiefs and you got the colonels, the commanders on the ship looking for y'all. Hey, what's Sergeant Pope at? Hey, what's that Sergeant Gibson at? Hey,
get him out there.
And he's always gonna throw me up there because I ain't going up there. And I'm gonna go out there because I'm trying to get reps in, so I'm gonna cut one cut. You know what I'm saying? So
like it's either you come to our neck of the woods or we ain't coming to you.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, it's always been like that. Even from a distance, like when we posting content on social media and stuff like that, we battling on Facebook.
Right.
Like he'll post a transformation, and as soon as I get to work next day, I'm gonna look, and I'm posting something. I'm tagging him. Hey, what's up?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because that competition motivates.
Right.
Yeah. And there ain't no negative competition either.
Because it's all going
like I see you bad. Look at this.
It's all for the same
It's
collective.
all going to the same place.
Yeah, bro. Nah.
I'm sick and tired of you, brother. Every time I post something that look good, man, you gotta go outshine me.
You making me work harder.
Yeah.
That's what it's about.
Nah.
Like you ain't gotta be right next door to get mentorship. I still got my physical FaceTime a motherfucker.
Right.
You see, I need a mentor so bad. I got on the plane.
Right.
I ain't came out here to party.
Right.
I ain't seen nobody since I've been here. I've been nothing but cutting. Open and close.
Right.
When I go back home, I got my hustle back.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And now I'm on something where I'm gonna be out here after the new year, the last week of every month. I'm just gonna fly out here. Because now, since it's weekend, I got people asking me when I'm coming back.
I was gonna ask you, what are you gonna do different this time when you go back so you don't lose that? You just answered it.
Yes, sir.
You just answered it.
We appreciate y'all, man. Definitely two individuals who embody what Saturday Who means. You know what I'm saying? We look for those people that try to continue to grow themselves and be abnormal within their everyday lives. And just y'all's journey together and apart is definitely two stories to like kind of like keep up with and check back in on. And we of course
What's your social media?
Yeah.
So you can catch me on Instagram, Phyness Styles. That's PHYNESS.DE.Styles with a Z _. Facebook, Ray Gibson. Hey, you can tell by the name, if you ever seen live, you already know there's gonna be some comedy going on there.
We're gonna post your social media up there, but we appreciate y'all for having us in the shop.
Thank you for having us.
You know what I'm saying? Love, man, much love, bro.
Man, appreciate having us.
I just got one more question though.
What's up?
Even though he your mentor, he gonna have to pay for this cut, right?
Nah.